Hey guys, in today's video, I'm going to be melting down some brass using the Vevor electric furnace. I have a bunch of these brass rings that fit perfectly inside the crucible. So I'll load them into the crucible all the way to the top, close the lid and start the furnace. Now with this furnace, once you hit the power button, you do need to hit the P button until you see the equal sign, and then the furnace is activated and heating up. While I wait for that brass to heat up and melt down, I'm going to make a sand mold using this two-sided Heinrichs made channel round. I'm going to be using a two-part casting flask to make this sand mold. I'll sprinkle down some talcum powder and brush it around using a fine bristle brush. Then I'll add some green sand casting sand to the flask and compact it using my hand along with a ramming tool. Compacting it all the way to the top of the flask. Then I'll scrape away any of the excess sand from the top of the flask. With that side finished, it's now time to remove the backing from the flask, put it on the other side, and place it down on the bench and work on this side. Now I'll carve away a little edge around the coin. Because the coin doesn't have draft, I like to carve a perimeter around the coin halfway. It allows the pattern to come out a lot easier. I'll do the same thing as before and sprinkle the talcum powder down over the sand and the pattern and brush it around. Place the other half of the casting flask over top and fill it with sand all the way to the top, compacting it down and scraping away any excess sand to smooth out the back. I'll remove half of the flask and check out the imprint in the sand. I'll start carving away the other half, allowing it to have a sprue, and carve away the vents. The sprue will be where the molten brass flows into the mold. To remove the pattern easily, I like to tap on the pattern to loosen it, flip it over, and the pattern hopefully will drop right out. With the pattern removed, I'll now carve out the sprue on this half of the flask and put the sand mold back together. I now have two sand molds made up. I'm going to check on the brass to see if it melted. The brass has started to melt and lower down into the crucible, allowing me to have more room to add more rings to the crucible. After a little bit longer, the brass is now fully molten and ready to pour into the sand molds that I previously made. While I waited for that extra brass to melt down, I was able to put together another sand mold. It's been a few hours later and I'm now able to handle these flasks with my hand. I'm just going to open up each one of these flasks, scrape away any of that sand using a wire brush, and get a better look at the casts. With all the coins removed from the molds, it's now time to cut off the sprue using a hacksaw. I'm going to use the Vevor belt sander to clean up the edges of these coins. If you'd like to get one of these for yourself, there's a link in the description below. I'll clean it up a little bit further before I sand it down with a wire wheel and a Dremel tool. Now I'll use my belt sander with 240 grit sanding paper to clean them up the rest of the way. Okay, they didn't get this shiny with 240 grit sanding paper. I actually used my buffing wheel after I sanded it down. I think they all came out great. Some of them better than the other ones. You can take your pick on which one you like the most. It's really tough to get a perfect cast using green sand, especially for me. I'm not a professional caster. I just do this as a hobby. Either way, I'm really happy with how they all came out. And just like every cast, I like to get a weight on what I made. And for this brass coin, it's 2.75 ounces, 0.17 pounds, 78 grams, 0.078 kilograms. And now it's time to add the rest of the brass to the scale to see a total weight for today, which is 8.3 ounces of brass.